Hi guys. I want to talk about something that I find, or I personally think is very important, and that is giving back to the community. From day one, YouTube has been a godsend to me in the fact that I can, vent my stresses and gain advice. And I do quite often get messages from people asking me things, and I'm more than happy to answer them. To a certain degree, I'm the same on Facebook. I'm open on Facebook. Everybody knows me, knows that I'm trans. It's on my page. I'm not, stealth in any way. And again, people message me, whatever. But last night, I got chatting to a young man, a couple of young guys actually, that are struggling with binding and not being able to finance it. And one particular young man, I'm not going to name him because he's not open, and I'm not going to name him because he's got family issues, and if they were to get hold of, hear about it or anything, it might cause him problems. But said young man does live in the States, and he is binding with bandages and that sort of thing. His parents are not supportive at all, and he's alone in this. He's got small support from friends on an emotional level, but nobody there that can help him financially. Nobody that's there to just go, it's going to be okay. And we were chatting for a couple of hours yesterday online, and it just, I must admit, it was quite upsetting talking to him, because I really struggle with understanding how people can be so unaccepting, and I think a lot of that is because I come from my network of people around me are extremely accepting of everybody and everybody's differences, and there is no expectation that any of us should behave in a certain way. My parents, for instance, have always been accepting and always encouraging of us to, as children, to express how we want to be. And people often say to me, well, if that's the case, why did you wait until you were almost 30 to transition? It wasn't my parents that were the issue. It was socially I found myself feeling like I was supposed to conform. And I cannot knock my parents at all. When I finally decided I was going to transition, from day one, bang, change of name, change of pronoun, everything. They just tried. They struggled, but they tried, and they've always been like that. My partner, Liz, she has been amazing from day one. Our friends, family, everybody has tried, and in the past 2 years, I can probably count on one hand how many times people have actually slipped up. They just accepted that's what it was going to be and moved on. And so I do find very difficult to put myself in a position where I can understand how somebody else is feeling when they don't know, when people won't accept them. But listening to this young man last night, I just found myself sat there thinking, if I could put my arm around you and go, it's okay, I would. And I was chatting with him for a while, and Liz and I were chatting, and what we did is the long and the short of it is that I don't have any more binders to give. Well, actually, that's not true. I do have 2 black ones that are probably not, I mean, they're not in a great state, but they do still bind. They're just not, they're starting to fray a bit and what have you, and it's, so I've not passed them on, but the white ones that I had, the 4 white ones I had, have all been mailed off to people, and so I don't have any that I would to give, and so I've ordered one and had it sent direct to him, and as a gift, because I just wanted to put my arm around him and go, it's okay. You know, you will get there. You will eventually be in the position I'm in, and it is okay. It's okay to be you. It's okay to want this. Don't you know? And I just found it made me feel warm to know that I'd given him something, and he was, you know, just so thankful that somebody would get, you know, and it is a gift. I don't want, you know, I don't want anything back from it. You know, this is, you know, like I said, my Christmas gift to you. Just enjoy being able to bind safely, because it worries me that he's injuring himself, you know, and it made me thinking, you know, got me thinking about, you know, we as trans men need to be helping each other. If you have got a binder that is now clogging up a cupboard somewhere, you know, it might be grubby in colour because you've had it X amount of however long, you know, like with my 2 black ones, they bind very well. If somebody wants them, they're more than welcome to try them. You know, I just passed on the ones that were better first. You know, but we should, as trans men, be helping others. If you are now in a position where you have managed to save up for your top surgery, or you've managed to get it on the NHS, if you've got a binder stuffing up a cupboard, get on a binder exchange. Get on a binder exchange and give it back. Pay it forward. You know, if you've received help and advice along the way, give it to somebody else. The gift of giving, it's an emotional one. It should make you all warm and fuzzy inside. You know that you've given somebody the freedom that you've now got. You know, there are guys out there that are injuring themselves trying to fit in. I know when I first started binding, before I got my first binder, before my friend said to me, "Here, try this," I was trying all sorts, back supports and bandages, and, you know, anything that would strap them down, and I did hurt myself. I really hurt myself on a number of occasions, and, you know, there are guys out there that are literally binding with stuff that is breaking ribs and causing them to not be able to breathe properly, and it worries me. So yeah, I'm rambling in this video, but it just got me really quite cross last night that his parents are prepared to sit back and watch him injure himself, rather than just say, okay, I don't really like the idea and I don't support it, but if you're going to do it, at least do it safely. I just can't grasp it as a parent. As a parent, if my child came to me and said, I want to be this, whether I agreed with it or not, I wouldn't allow him to do something that would endanger himself. I wouldn't allow him to do something that meant he was physically going to hurt himself. If my child came to me and said, you know, I want to transition and I need to bind, or I need to do whatever, I would go out of my way to make sure that if that's what he's really going to do, and that's what he really wants to do, that it's done safely. So my request to you guys on YouTube, if you have a binder stuffed in a cupboard somewhere, please find a binder exchange that you can give forward to. There's one on Facebook, Brothers to Brothers. They are there. They're easy enough to find if you can be bothered to look for them. You know, just help another brother. Just, if you know somebody that's struggling, give them one. I'm not suggesting that everybody goes out and buys somebody a binder. You know, we can't afford that. You know, it's not something that, you know, we can just do all the time. But I just felt last night that that's what I had to do, and Liz and I, you know, we're more than happy to do so, because knowing that he's then going to be able to bind safely is better than sitting around worrying that one of these days I'm going to get a message on Facebook to say that he's in the hospital because he's really hurt himself. So yeah, binder exchanges, please guys, if you've got one, pay it forward. You know, give it. The gift of giving. It's that time of year. It's Christmas. Gift of giving. If you've got one, pay it forward. Anyway, catch you guys later.